price for insurance.
I got friends up here that disappeared and nobody.
Hi, and welcome to One Game Dad, episode 30. I'm Gregory Polici. Yeah, the proverbial One Game Dad. And... Ooh! I just got hit by a car. Not the smartest thing. But, this is episode 30. And, yeah.
This is what we get for holding truth to power.
It's titled Thumbs Are Hard, because they are.
Praise the Lord. Thanks, Deputy.
Getting, yeah. Bring this up because having...
If we hit a Peggy roadblock, be careful.
You! Help me! No.
What a great start to this episode. Yeah. So I'm this is One Game Dad, episode 30. Thumbs are hard. My name's Gregory Polici, the proverbial One Game Dad, and I've said all of that. And
That was close.
well, just getting my daughter ready to go out generally involves, because it's still kind of winter here, and 2 sets of mittens. And getting her tiny little thumbs into those mittens is not an easy task. It's... oof, yeah. It's a task that half the time I don't actually get done properly. She just has all of her fingers jammed into the main body of a... of the mitten. In fact, I don't even know what the main part of a mitten is called. That's why I'm calling it the body. The main chamber, perhaps. And it's... yeah, I mean, by and large it's fine, but she's getting more mobile, which means she's wanting to be able to grasp things. And with it lightening up, she's starting to have to wear less. So her movement range is greater. It's not as confined as it is by well, all the clothing she tends to wear. So it's yeah, it's just had me thinking about like how there are all these things about being a parent that
Stay focused, Nick.
I was brought here under false.
I'm seeing the target. Dang, I lost it.
that yeah, there are all these things about being a parent that are certainly not easy.
Beautiful day for strafing. I got eyes on it.
And it's
10-4.
oh, I'm down again. Yeah, and so it's just, you know, I'm so worried at times when I'm dealing with her about So I'm worried constantly worried about just injuring her, which is not ideal, you know, and it's only putting on a little.
Will do! I'll hit that. I'm gonna break these motherfuckers. You got it.
Yeah, sorry. Every time I go into combat, I suddenly shut up, and it's something I really shouldn't be doing if I'm trying to hold this podcast. But yeah, I find myself worrying about like just getting her dressed because you know you're having to bend and get her into these confining things, which are not in the least bit well, generally not very easy and
Pretending to be a soldier.
not they don't truly resemble
Project hunters are coming for you. Watch where we go up here. It's not
which yeah, kind of
Hunters. Don't sound too good. If Jacob
sucks.
wants you, send his best out after you. Watch your back, deputy.
What kind of people could do things like this? Worse than some of the shit I seen in that damn food.
so it's just something I've been thinking about, as I do with so many things.
You're not one of those Peggies, are you?
And ooh, yeah, I've started some work this week, which is good. I have a client for my business. It's not exactly what I want to be doing, but it is what will it is something that will help me in general just well, it'll help pay the bills is what it'll do, which is good, and having clients is always a good thing. So it's
This is Wade. This is Wade over at the Fang Center. This is Wade over at the Fang Center.
yeah, it's not something I can complain about. It's
An army in these hills.
Don't let your guard down out here.
oh boy, just what I want to happen. Sorry, coffee time. Yeah, so that means the wife and I are having to work out a schedule now, so we share the pickup and taking of our daughter to daycare. Sorry. Yeah, and it also means I'm having to change up the schedule of my production, but this is only for a month, where it's prioritizing this work over
The world is weak.
so much other stuff.
We
Yeah, I mean, this podcast, the writing game. So
You know,
it's
our heroes used to be
I mean,
gods.
that sucks, but it's a necessity for the moment.
Weak.
It's just then a matter of finding the energy in the evening. Once
We
the
let
kids
the weak
gone to
dictate
bed,
to
once
the
they've
powerful,
had
and then
dinner,
we are
to
shocked
sit
to
down and
find
write.
ourselves adrift.
It's always my struggle. I do better during the day. Like, that's my best time
But
for
history
writing.
knows the value of sacrifice.
Which is not an ideal situation for anyone working. Like, I have to try and find other times. And of course,
Lives of the
like,
many
I'm
have
writing
outweighed
at
the
work.
lives
I'm
of the
doing
few.
copywriting,
This is how we
copy
survived,
editing,
and we forgotten. And
and
now
other stuff.
the bill has come due.
And so,
Now the collapse is upon us. And this time the lives of the few outweigh the lives of the many. And when a nation that's never known hunger or desperation descends into madness,
it's,
we'll be ready.
yeah,
We will
just,
call the herd. We will do what needs to be done.
as ever, I'm just having to reprioritize, rebalance. I mean, today, for example, I'll be recording the writing game a little early, but that way I can edit it over the next couple of days and have it out for next Friday, because normally I record it on like a Thursday, edit it, and then release it on Friday after. And
Call the herd. Excellent.
and just having, yeah,
Good. Call the herd. Keep moving.
Train, hunt, kill.
yeah, it's just,
Make your sacrifice.
Well done.
yeah, it's just this issue of
Know your purpose.
having to
Watch your time. Yes. Sacrifice the weak. Eli, I see. Move in.
having to do things in a different schedule. I mean, it's always necessary, and I talk about this a lot, but it's like I really do need to work on turning evenings into
Stewing in your own filth for days. Walker, get some windows open.
Yes, sir.
Someone
be
Christ, it's Sully. When did they get him? Why are we even bothering with this? They're all dead. Check them anyways. Why am I all stuck on corpse duty?
yeah, just I need to work in the evenings. I need to be doing other things, and of course, like I don't want to be a workaholic, but like the writing for me,
So sorry.
writing my stuff isn't work, though I'm trying to treat it like a job. Like I
Eli,
actively enjoy it.
what is the deputy doing here? Jacob took his shine to him, same as us.
I mean, it's
Yeah, okay, hero.
probably more than video games or other things, but it's harder than those because of what it requires and the energy necessary to do it. And it's not that it's like opening myself up and making myself raw. I mean, some people would describe it as such, but in my case, I just find it. Oh, what's the term? Yeah. I need a certain level of energy to get into it. It's no different than going to the gym or even playing a video game or reading a book. That's the minimum amount of energy I need to be able to do it. If I'm tired, then it's a very hard thing to do. And yeah, the evenings can
Now hold on.
lead me
Maybe
that
and I
way.
agree.
You agree.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I was at best an impartial observer.
This is stupid. And this is dangerous. You both know better.
What was I supposed to do?
Leave him to die.
Tammy.
They've been in that room for God knows how long. I've seen what it does to people. You haven't. You can't trust this one.
That's what everyone said about you. Luckily, I didn't listen. This is not up for discussion. We need him. That's all there is to it. Understand?
So it's easy for me to pop out 2,000 plus words a day. Like when I'm writing something I'm interested in, when I have a deadline, like writing is not hard.
Take some rest.
And just producing something isn't hard. Sometimes I don't have all my thoughts together if it's more of like a blog post or an essay, and so that takes a little more time. But by and large, like writing is easy, and I enjoy it. That's why it's my job.
Hey, Dad.
So.
I swallowed a bullet once on a dare. Never did come out.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. You're looking better now. Go see.
It's
Need you.
Yeah.
Always stuck on the shit jobs.
it's that's why I do what I do. It's why others do what they do. I mean, some people don't find it easy. I do, and I'm lucky that way.
How you doing, mister? Can't do nothing about it.
Second.
Deputy, hearing good shit about you.
Nothing beats Montana stargazing.
And yeah, I just
Want to get in on the action?
well, I mean, it's also why I make podcasts, because there's something I enjoy. They're easy. Generally, I say I can talk a lot. Maybe not at this
Look who's
particular
back
moment.
from the dead.
But yeah, that's always my fault for trying to play video games.
Good to see you standing. Been trying to track you down, Deputy. Dutch speaks
But
Spanish.
that's yeah, it's
I'll get right to it. I know a good soldier when I see him.
I gave
We're bleeding bodies.
it's funny because I gave a talk the other week, and I think I mentioned this about what it takes to produce things and the amount of time, and people are simply amazed at that. I mean, like this I don't have high production values on. I don't go through and edit. I don't have a script on. Like, I do this solely for me, so I can ramble, so I can take some personal time and work out some thoughts. This is not for an audience, though it's something I put out in the world, and I do that because, again, it's
Only one I
per-
trust to handle this. I'm counting on you.
it's just a chance to get something out in the
When
world,
you're around,
to keep making things. Because if you make one thing, then you can make another, and you
get
can
our people back.
put it out in the world.
Good luck.
And that's part of why also I've gone on and create my own business, or why I am focusing on writing and putting stuff out there
So you've met Eli.
in the
You're in good
world.
hands now. He'll get you squared away with anything they need up there in the mountains. I'll still keep an eye on you though. Talk
Because
soon, kid.
Don't worry about him. Might have come across a little harsh earlier. I ain't apologizing. I'm just acknowledging. I don't trust people I don't know. But Eli says you're all right, so I gotta go with that until I see otherwise. You prove your worth, and you and I will get along just fine. Here's the deal.
yeah, I just had a
We're trying
brain
to get
fart.
pirate
Lovely.
radio
But
station up and running.
yeah,
He
so
told Eli
yeah,
he's
you
to
put
help
you
coordinate
make
the
things, you put
militia.
things out in the
I'm
world,
pretty
and
sure he
so
just wants to play his own game.
I've started my own business, so I can focus on doing that, because
Our
not that I think
friend
I'm
said the
beyond
ultimate gem in this whole area. Also told us how.
certain like
Seems
the
there's 2
gatekeepers
radio
of various
towers with
industries.
jammers on 'em and a third on a mobile
But
unit patrolling the roads.
the way I
towers out
see it, the
first.
reality is you need
That
to
ought
be
clear
putting
the
things out
signal
there
enough for
on
me to
your
locate
own
patrol. I'll
before
let
you
know.
even approach those
Do
gatekeepers
this,
with
and maybe we can start
something to
building some
do
of that
to go
trust.
the traditional route. And so that's what I aim to do.
I've heard stories about some crazy
And
in my balls. Hey, got a sec? Whitetail Militia's been ready for this fight for years. Eli made sure we had caches all over the place. Guns, ammo, you name it.
it's
Gotta be prepared for anything, you know? With the way things are going, we need those supplies here. Not sitting in some bunker waiting to be found. Last thing we need are the fucking Peggies stumbling across our shit. So if you could get those supplies, it'd be a big help for us.
hopefully this
There is
job
no
that I've
problem.
taken on this
We
gig.
don't keep a map of the caches here. Don't ask me why. Safeguards or some bullshit. There's a scout up at the Jefferson Lookout Tower who should have one. Place is just west of here. Good luck and be careful out there.
You don't feel wearing the right clothes for it.
It's yeah, so it's just
We better be ready for every
hopefully having this little bit of cash coming to the company means I can get this like first children's comic book that I'm working on up and running. But hey, that's a discussion for the future.
This is Wade over at Fang Center.
And yeah, because like I want to do that in part so I have something to show. I want to have that out there, so I can just do things and have something for my daughter, as well as just pursue different avenues. And I figured that's one of the quickest things I can do. Like writing the scripts doesn't take that long for me. Then it's just a matter of commissioning some artists to work on it. But that takes some money.
Don't let your guard down.
So
Hey, Deputy. Thought I'd check in. We've lost a couple of patrols the last few days. Walker, you remember him? Guy with a stutter? Well, he's MIA now. Just watch your back out there. We can't afford to lose you, too.
You hear all that gunfire?
Came from the Elliott house. Let's go check it out.
Hey, sir.
Preppers invited me into their groups, but it's just not my thing. Canned food tastes like can to me.
Yeah,
I'm just
so
glad to
it's
see it out of Cult's hands, training those wolves to cause hell. And they've been shipping those crazy wolves all the way to the old lumber mill to keep an eye on prisoners. Now, we had a bear here named Cheeseburger, bit of a local celebrity, actually. Had a soft spot
Yeah.
on Chad's barbecue. But he got
Well,
diabetes,
in other news, aside
so
from
put him on
me
liquid
working on
salmon
those
diet.
scripts, I
Anywho,
have
Cult's
now
trying to
gotten
take
an
him, so I sent
office, a desk
I heard he was causing all
at
sorts of mayhem.
a new
Someone should
co-working
go find
space
him,
that's
make
opening
sure
up
he's
here in
all right.
Helsinki
Grab
called
some
Games
salmon
Factory,
ahead of time, though.
because
Then feed Cheeseburger that
games,
salmon,
video
he'll
games
be
is
eating out of
meant
the
to be
palm
one of
of
my
your hand.
focuses. And so I should be moving in there in May or June. So that's exciting. Get to be part of the video game community a bit more, which yeah, I'm glad about.
Better be careful. Peggies are pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, so
Eli's been
it's
raised
going to be well, I think it should be good. I mean, it's a little expensive for the moment, but again, this gig will help cover some of those costs, and of course, there's tax deductions up to a certain amount for office space. But again, it's the type of thing where
I've heard a lot of fucked up things are happening in these mountains.
the sorry, it's the type of thing that should help me with networking, podcasting, writing, just potential work, all of that. So that should be
I got friends up here that disappeared and nobody knows what happened to them.
I've heard stories about some crazy shit going on here.
basically all of that should be good. Yeah, it's just
Hunting animals is too easy.
Seems like a waste of time to me.
well, the things are looking up by and large. So with that being a more positive note, I think I will call it here. So thanks for watching and listening. I'm Gregory Placi, the proverbial one-game dad. Everything I do can be found at onegamedad.com, on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter at onegamedad. And this show is, and all my others, are hosted by Third Culture Kids, which can be found at thirdculturekids.net. Be sure to also check out The Writing Game on YouTube and iTunes. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.